King of the Year was also one of my first competitions.
Yeah, didn't make the heat.
You know, it might sound a bit arrogant.
Didn't make the next heat.
I think I call bullshit on that.
Just kind of stopped. I look at him. I was like, "You."
I'm preparing for the worst of the worst.
Done. Went home.
Okay, Jess, how are you? Welcome.
Oh man, doing excellent. How you doing?
I'm all good. I'm in Cape Town, so ready for the KOTA.
I love it. Well, as you can tell, I'm not there. And I've gotten a lot of messages about this, and I'm really excited to be spending a whole winter in Hawaii for the first time in a decade. I am sad to miss the King of the Air, but with a bunch of things going on with my family, like my Juliet's about to give birth to our second child, I decided it was a good idea to stay here, and also I'm just incredibly motivated and pumped to spend an entire winter focused on getting out to Jaws and riding huge conditions. But what do you have on your mind?
Okay, well, that's good to hear. Hey, Jess, as I said, you have done a lot of KOTAs. I think you're one of the riders who probably did the most, together with Kev and Nick and those guys. If you have to pick your most memorable moment out of all these editions, which one would you pick?
Well, the first and the last one for me were obviously very special because I won the first one in 2013 and the last one in 2020, and I went through the event feeling really good, and I kind of was like, oh, I think I have it, and I felt this little urge inside, or this little thing inside of me that I remember the feeling in 2013, where as I was going through the event, I was like, oh, I think I have it, and it's just all this.
What are the moments that you feel that? Is that the way you build up your heat, or you feel that the jury is on your side scoring, your tricks in the right way, that you're getting your confident? Probably the wind as well. The wind speed's pretty important, and the conditions in general. Was everything lined up that day for you?
Absolutely. I mean, it's all of the above, where it's the day is going smooth, and any of the little hiccups that might come, it's no big deal. I can recover from them quickly. Like, I definitely, in some of my heats, I fell and I'd take a big crash, but it was easy to be like, no problem, it's all good, let's reset, recover, go out there and stomp another one. And I felt really good about my strategy. I understood what the judges were scoring high. I understood what I had to do to win my heat. And this year, that year, I wasn't going to change my strategy, because I knew that every single rider in the event could win it. Every single heat that you have is basically a finals.
Yeah.
So there's not an easy heat. There's not a heat where my strategy changes, because every heat I need to take super seriously. And I felt like the turning point in the 2020 event was when I went up against Kevin in the third round, so super early. And he was riding good, but there was a moment where I was walking down. I just watched him. I knew he won his heat, and but he had lost his first one, so he had to do the second round, and then he was into the third round. So he's already been riding a bunch. My first heat I won, felt good, and he's coming out of the water, and I know he won that heat, so I know the next heat we're up against each other. And I'm walking down already to kind of get ready, like, because I know I have like a whole routine. Pretty much 40 minutes before my heat, I start warming up. I make sure my kite size is good. I listen to music. I get into my little zone. So I'm walking down. I have my entourage. I have my girl. I have like my few caddies. Everyone's carrying my gear. I have my goggles on, my headphones in, my windbreaker on. So I have like this little vision, this little routine. And as I was walking down, I looked, and Kevin was like, oh, good luck, man. Who do you got? And I just kind of stopped. I looked at him. I was like, you. And I kept on walking, and it was such a moment for me, because here's a guy that I've idolized for years. Like, when I got into kiting, he was the man. Him, Ruben, Aaron. Like, I've looked up to these guys forever. And and King of the Air, we've battled each other so many times.
Yeah, you guys were in a lot of finals, right, together?
so many, and he has 3 wins, and he is such a strong competitor. And I just looked at him right then and there, and I was like, with every bit of confidence, I was like, yeah, bro, it's you. I'll see you in the water. And I just knew right there, I was like, I got this. And that heat with him was super challenging, but I would say, as soon as I came in, I won that heat, I was like, all right, this contest is mine. Like, done. I got this.
Okay, so by winning that third round against Kev, or whatever round it was, that gave you such much confidence that you thought, I'm going to go straight to the final and probably take it this year.
I mean, he I don't know what it was, but in that event, he was the one who I was like, he scares me. And I did everything I could to just like give it all I had, and running through that heat, I was like, I know I have this. And winning that one, I was like, okay, now this is easy. Now this is just kind of like the joy run. And every part of the event, I knew what was going to happen. I'd played it before in my head. I could see it, and just seeing it all kind of flow in front of me and work was very magical. And it's just that, like, visualization of success that is so cool when it works, because I feel like we practice and we train in so many different ways, and 90-something% of the time it doesn't work, and it's okay. That's a part of the process. But seeing it work on such a big scale and such a big arena is so cool, and definitely something I wish I knew more of, and I knew how to master more. But that's something I'll be working on for the rest of my life.
Hey, did you had a special weapon in your heat? I mean, you're pretty confident that year, but was that also because of the tricks, or you could pull some things that the other riders not really had an answer on?
I mean, I know that, or I definitely knew in 2020 that no one was going to do handle passes like I could, and that I saw a year before the event. Like in 2019, I saw that no one was doing that, so pretty much the entire year I trained that, and I was like, for myself, for the competition, I am going to do the biggest handle passes that anyone's ever seen. And that, I mean, I love kite loops, I love kite loop board offs, I love kite loop handle passes, but there's something about trying to do the highest handle pass that anybody's ever done on the planet that just got me, and I'm definitely not done with that. They're just starting to feel good. So,
hey, and then you got into the final. Can you describe maybe that heat, leading up to it, and then the moment you hear you have won it? Because that must have been an amazing feel after so many years, having it in 13 and now taking it back in 2020.
I mean, I wouldn't say it was the moment feeling like the moment where I heard my name. It was, to me, the moment that the buzzer sounded, because it was the first time since 2013 that I rode a finals like I want to. Because I never care about the results. I never care if I lose a heat because the other guy rode better, like, awesome. The only time I'm pissed is if I lose a heat because I rode bad. And that's like, when it's on me, I am just livid, because I know I can do better. I know I can try harder. I know it's my mistake. So this heat, it was the first time that I rode a final really like I want to. I landed everything I wanted to. I had such a good flow, and I was like, looked at that, like, bam, that was what I wanted to do. Now the rest doesn't really matter. It's not in my hands. And I still felt like, I was like, I feel like I got it.
Nice. That's great. So. Hey, and then, and then having it, of course, when you won it, did you had a feeling like, okay, everything is achieved, the circle is round again, and how do you see the future on KOTA and yourself?
I mean, definitely a massive sense of accomplishment there, where I'm very happy that I was able to go through that experience. I wouldn't change a thing. I had broke both my legs in 2014. I'd gotten to the top 5 every year that I competed. and yeah, I got second like 3 times. So it was like so many times I was so close, and being able to complete that circle exactly, just I don't know. To me, felt like I was able to close this chapter of that battling phase, and I don't know, that helped me look at this year and be like, all right, what exciting challenge do I want to take on this year? And to me, big waves were calling.
Oh, sounds good, Jess. We're gonna watch you, of course. Yeah, it's gonna be weird, not having you in Cape Town defending your title. I think you're gonna be king for 2 to 3 weeks more, but then there's definitely going to be another king again. But anyway,
oh man!
Anyway,
I'm excited.
Yeah, you're with your family, and like you said, you want to focus on different things this year. So, all great.
Yep.
Hey, thanks for the call, and keep in touch, and have a good one. Hope the swell will arrive soon.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it, and have fun down there. And yeah, give my best to all the riders, all the competitors. I'm very excited to see who's going to come away with the crown this year.
We'll see. Okay. See you later, buddy.
All right.
Bye.
You.